Well, today has been ugly. No matter where you live in Central Ohio, winter weather is causing major problems, and those problems will still be issues come tomorrow. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. Here's a look at the latest snow emergencies across our state. 17 counties are under a level 3 snow emergency right now, which means it is illegal to be out driving on the roads. Now, we have team coverage of this winter weather event. 10 TV's Olivia Eugenio and Richard Solomon are in 2 of the counties under a level 3 snow emergency. But we're going to start tonight in our Doppler 10 Weather Center with meteorologist Ross Caruso. And Ross, what are we seeing right now?
You know, honestly, with the snow emergencies, you can see kind of the dividing line between what is most problematic depending on where you're at, with the amounts of snow to the north of Franklin County, further to the south, with the ice that we've seen across southern Ohio, lines perfectly between a level 2 and a level 3 out there, where of course we've seen more sleet, but still enough to cause some issues in and of its own. But more sleet has been lingering across central Ohio, specifically here in Franklin County and nearby areas. But you can see visibility not as clear as what it was a little bit ago. So we might start to see that sleet change over to a little bit more snow before the system then gradually drifts to the south and east. And you might be looking at this and saying, well, Ross, your radar is saying it's snow. But the problem is the way that our radar works, we shoot this out at an angle and it's kind of overshooting some warm air, which again, it's picking up snow, which is falling, but it's running in the warm air, partially melting the snowflakes, and then it's refreezing because this warm air is about 4,000 plus feet above the surface, and then thus refreezing that partially melted snowflake. So then, can you believe what you see to the south and east? Well, that's giving us a good idea in some spots, but in others it's a little bit different. So more than likely, still dealing with some sleet, a little more snow mixing in some spots, but generally speaking, what we're seeing right now is still that of primarily just some sleet. And again, further to the south and east, especially near West Virginia, that's where we're going to be looking at more icing taking place, still likely the case down towards Athens, Waverly, Portsmouth, heck, even into Chillicothe. It's probable that you're still looking at sleet and freezing rain because this system has slowed down a ton. And because of that, well, we are going to end up ultimately seeing less snowfall, but we're going to be looking at more sleet. And eventually, when we do see that complete transformation over to plain snow, this system will be exiting. So a couple more inches will be possible across much of the area, but will take much longer for those in southeastern Ohio. Thus, that icing threat more than likely going to be lingering into the early morning hours for us on Friday. And again, still looking at ice and snowfall accumulation on top of the sleet. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Ross. And if you want to stay updated with everything our meteorologist knows about this winter storm, just text the word storm to the number on your screen, that number 614-460-3345, and we'll send you a link to our weather blog. Now tonight, one of the counties under a level 3 snow emergency is up north in Marion County.
Yeah, the farther north you go, the more snow you see. 10 TV's Olivia Eugenio is live up there tonight. Olivia, what are the conditions looking like right now?
Yeah, so Andrew, Yolanda, we're right here off of State Route 95, and I want you to see what it looks like. You can see that it still could use a little bit of a plow over here, and it doesn't look like the snow is really accumulating here. It's the wind that's causing a lot of the issues. Meteorologist Ross Caruso, he estimated that the wind is gusting up to 35 miles per hour, and we spoke with the sheriff. He says the wind gusts are causing some snow buildups on side roads. We've driven around parts of the county tonight. What you're looking at right now is downtown Marion. You can see roads are fairly clear as plows work to clear the mess. We also drove down 23 tonight. The portion we were on in Marion County looked drivable, at least for one lane. We asked the sheriff how long the county will remain at a level 3 snow emergency. Here's what he had to say.
We'll be in level 3 at least until tomorrow morning. Once we wake up and we have some sunlight out there, we can go out and take a look and see how things have progressed over the night. We'll decide after that.
Now, you can see that the plow is about to head down this area. And as we've seen throughout the county, we've seen very few businesses open. Again, Marion County is at a level 3 snow emergency. So that means the only reason you should be on the roads is if you are an emergency worker or if you're having an emergency yourself. For now, live in Marion County, Olivia Eugenio, 10 TV News.
Olivia, Thanks so much. Great work today. Let's head to Ross County. That's another county under a level 3 snow emergency here tonight.
And it's been that way for several hours because of the threat of ice. 10 TV's Richard Solomon has spent the day there. And what's going on in your area? What are you seeing right now?
Well, Yolanda, Andrew, pretty much all day, we've watched this area down here in downtown Chillicothe go from a rainy day to now I need my handy dandy snow tool to remove all this out the way. Now, the EMA director for Ross County, Paul Minnie, says what they're dealing with right now is trees that have been weighed down by that ice. We've actually heard some branches starting to snap, and that's pretty much been the case around the entire area of Ross County. But check out this video. This was from around 3 when we got here. Ice starting to form around power lines, trees, and poles. Then it turned to a mixture of rain and sleet. The roads weren't bad then, but around 7, that's when we started to see sleet on the ground. Minnie says some people are still without power in the county, and if you need assistance, he says response times will be slower.
It's the same thing I'm going to tell everybody. If you don't have an alternative heat source, layer up. And if you do need some help, there is help available. We can open a shelter up if we need to, or whatever we need to do to make it through this evening.
Now, before we go, I wanted to show you real quick just what these crews are talking about. What's on the ground is the same thing that's on this car right here. And this car belongs to my buddy upstairs. He said, you guys are outside. You mind knocking off some of that snow? So, my friend, I got you. But I wanted to show you guys what they're talking about. So this sleet is covering this car, but this right here, this is nothing but ice. And this is all over this car. So Mitty says the best place to be right now is inside, get a hot cup of cocoa, grab a blanket, sit on the couch, and watch us tell you how cold it is out here. For now, reporting live in downtown Chillicothe, I'm 10 TV's Richard Solomon. Back to you, too.
All right, Richard, you better get some gloves. You promised the guy now. You're going to be scraping for a while. Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, back here in Columbus, Franklin County is at a level 2 snow emergency.
And Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther wanted to give an update on the roads. Right now, Mayor Ginther says the focus for the city and the crews is to clear priority 1 streets. Those are streets like High Street and 315 that have the most traffic. Priority 2 roads, he estimates, won't be touched until tomorrow afternoon at the earliest.
Really encourage people to stay at home if they can. Really exercise patience as much as they can. Give our warriors the space and time they need to help make sure that we get to our priority 1s, 2s, and beyond over the next several days.
Now, if you want to track the city of Columbus's snow warrior plows, as they treat those roads across the area, we have a link so you can do that at 10tv.com. Just click on featured links.
Well, one group of people that can't stay home tomorrow is Ohio State University students. Tonight, the university announced that main campus will be open tomorrow for all classes. OSU says university landscaping crews will work overnight to clear roads and sidewalks. In-person classes on main campus were canceled today.
Let's talk to Franklin County Sheriff Dallas Baldwin now. He joins us via phone tonight with an update on conditions. Sheriff Baldwin, thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome, and thanks for having me.
Okay, Sheriff, let's start with the Ohio State thing. Is it smart for the university to keep campus open tomorrow?
Well, that's obviously that's their decision, but they take a lot into account. When this weather pattern ends, how well they can clear the streets, the sidewalks, and the parking lots, and they have a terrific crew over there, so they must feel that they can do it.
Sheriff, has there been any discussions about making Franklin County a level 3? Are we at that point yet, or are things here manageable?
Well, they are manageable. We have a pretty good committee formed with the EMA director and the Franklin County engineer, City of Columbus, and other partners, and ODOT, and we stay in constant contact to see if they're able to keep up, and so far they're maintaining, and that's important. The main roads, they are passable. They may not be great. They have at least 1 lane. I've been on 270 and drive around all night, and the major routes are pretty decent shape. Get back on the side roads and the neighborhood streets, and they're pretty bad. But overall, they are maintained. So we're just on that edge, and just not quite to a 3 yet.
Okay, Sheriff, how do you guys make the decision to decide what level a county should be under? Does someone go out and drive it and check the conditions and then report back?
My primary source of information is really the snowplow drivers. The way the law is written, if they can clear the roads and they stay clear, then you're pretty much at a level 1. But when they're unable to keep the roads clear, then you start bumping up to a 2. When they just cannot maintain, when they make a pass and it's covered back over and the wind's drifting, then that's when you get to the 3, where it's just really unsafe for anybody to be out there.
Great information from Franklin County Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. Sheriff Baldwin, we appreciate your time tonight and the work you and your crews are doing.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it. Just hope everybody drives safe and stay home if you can.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Let's get a check of those school districts that are closed tomorrow. You can see several on your screen right now, including Columbus City Schools. We have that full list running at the bottom of your screen right now. And to get a full list of our snow emergencies and closures for tomorrow, just text the word closings, CLOSINGS, to that number you see there, 614-460-3345, and we'll send that link straight to your phone.
And don't forget to wake up with us bright and early for a second straight day in a row at 4 a.m. Our Wake Up C-Bus team will be here ready to prepare you for how to get through your Friday.